Welcome to our fifth and final round with black-white choke hands. See, it's choke hands because it was really bad. This is a fine hand. I'm gonna lead on the Mesa, right? Because I want to use a less flexible land if I fetch. So fish. I don't really think this matchup's that great. I think I actually am like a very big dog in this matchup. I still like leading on Mesa because it makes turn 2 spreading seas as bad as possible. Yeah, I didn't plan on... Yeah, that's actually just super obnoxious. Wait, so my opponent has a second Curse Catcher? That's actually great for me. Yeah, because if they didn't... There's no reason for them to play that Curse Catcher unless they have a second Curse Catcher. Which I guess they... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that was then. No idea. Well, I'm going to kill that. Yeah, that's the best use of my mana this turn is... Lead on path. I can pay for it. I need to save the second path for Master of Waves. Which is kind of awkward if my opponent has another thing. Another Lord. Which they... Yeah. Well, that was the wrong timing on that, because I got a life. Always yes. Always yields. Yes. Fortunately, I'm not getting spreading seized. So that didn't tick up, which is interesting. That implies I may want to just shove my path at something right away. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And Curse Catcher is a problem. I'd like to fetch a second black with... So, yeah, this is the reason I'm doing this way. I'd like to fetch the other black-white land in my deck with that. Wait, what? Why is this EOT? Unless this is... Oh, it's a Harbinger. That's fine. I'm going to take 7. Oh, wow. Yep. Get onto the bus. Please trade from that Lord. Yes, please. I will take that all day long. That's the right one to lead on. I think I'm just supposed to throw this Inquisition out there. Sweet, that Inquisition traded for an onboard creature. What's my opponent's last card then? Another Rege? It's another Regery, that's okay. I think I can beat that. It's kind of a problem though. trying to figure out if I'm supposed to chump as a result. Maybe I'm just supposed to go to 2? So if I go to 2... I think I'm just dead regardless to another lord. I'm going to Path of Reejerey on upkeep and play a soul. Yeah, this is fine. I just take it. If I die, I die. I didn't die. How lucky. Oh, wow. That changes things a little bit. If that's the case, I think I just want to do this now because getting counterspelled is like big game. Though I guess getting mastered is a pretty big issue. Okay. Still good. Still all good. Still perfectly fine. Don't think my opponent has any good attacks, which is great for me. Cute. Still don't think my opponent has good attacks. Oh my gosh, yes please. Actually, that puts me to needing to draw one of a couple things to win, but yeah, now I just need a Fated Draw step. Ghost Quarter. Please Ghost Quarter. That is also basically perfect. Let's think about this. Am I supposed to Path the Reejerey? My opponent has a master of some kind. I die. So Curse Catcher, Pathing the Reejerey is irrelevant. Adept, it's irrelevant. It's only relevant specifically against another Reejerey. So there's no need to do that. Whereas if I throw the path away and then my opponent draws a master or a lord, I die. Actually, I die to a master or a lord regardless. I will trade across the board. I think my opponent might have missed that one. Okay. Yeah, my opponent definitely missed that I could clear their board on that. So... always yes, always yield. Yeah, if the Lord dies in combat, everything goes bad. And I find it very difficult for me to lose from this spot. Especially with another Lingering Souls. Yeah, okay. That was simple enough. So, that card is very difficult for them to beat. This card's not terrible, but not great. I don't mind. I really just like Gideon's not great here. Gideon's a little slow. Sorin can, in theory, race my opponent. I'll leave in one Gideon. I like this. I don't really want to mess around with this too much, so let's go. Would not mind playing another Worship in this deck, because that feels like one of the best cards in my sideboard. I really like this hand here. I really like these like heavy discard hands against Merfolk. Especially if my opponent has... Oh, well, that's not the one I wanted my opponent to have for this case. Well, might as well. Draw best possible card? Yeah, sure. I will gladly trade Inquisition for Curse Catcher here. I'm going to be curving out this game, so I don't even have time to mess around with my mana. And often if you can trade for the Curse Catcher on one like that, like, obviously you can't throw away like your only removal spell for a Lord or whatever. But if you can trade early for that, you actually end up in a spot where you save a bunch of damage. Like, that was 2 damage I just saved there for that trade. Spell Pierce, Image. I probably have to take the Image. I don't have anything to just wreck my opponent for having Image, so let's get Pierced on something, whatever. I don't really care. If I get Pierced, I get Pierced. Okay. That was not a very productive second game to learn from. I'm pretty sure I had my opponent from there. If they drew a land. My next turn play was to Intangible Virtue. So I would Virtue, bait the Spell Pierce, and if my opponent didn't have a creature, I actually would have pathed into the Pierce, killed the creature for sure, and then Virtued, baiting the Pierce. If they counter, great, because I get to resolve Souls sooner into my second Virtue. If they don't counter, great, because I just have a Virtue in play. Yeah, it was a disappointing finish, but I definitely shredded a lot of decks that were trying to do creature things with this deck. And I lost the deck that was trying to do not creature things. So that's about what I'd expect to happen with this deck. Not great against combo, pretty great against not combo, but you do have a lot of good hate cards because you're white. So it does have that going for it.